Being around creative people change how I work. I do think is one of the most important things if you're a photographer, if you're a videographer, if you're a creator in general, you have to have friends that do the same thing. You need that fire, you need people helping you, you need to discuss what you love. And I think that's why it's one of the most important things. When I start taking photograph, I was always surrounded by creative people. I always had creative friends, because I tattooed before. So all my friends, they were very creative. They were always like painting or drawing or doing something. So I had few photographer friends, but I didn't know as many people as I know now. Anyway, when I started, one thing that I did, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to meetups and see what is going on in Dublin to see who can I meet. And I started doing those things. And one of the first people I met, it was a guy called Reshab. Reshab is a very good friend of mine. He's an amazing photographer. He's like incredible. And because of Reshab, I ended up creating my first exhibition. So I met Reshab at one of those meetings, and then I was telling him, look, I have this project, I want to do this. Well, to be very honest, I was kind of like, I don't know if the word is afraid, but I wasn't so confident on doing this by myself. I felt like it'd be much nicer to work together with someone. And Reshab was like completely dead on. He was like, yeah, I'll help you do like you to do this. And he did help me. And because of that, we created the first 32 exposures exhibition in Dublin. The first exhibition was an amazing success. We met so many people, and I even got work from it. We had so many people coming to the exhibition. I ended up meeting some other people that gave me a job through that day. So just like this small thing, this small creative minds working together ended up turning into something bigger. We even we created a small community during that time where we do meetups in Dublin, and we would have street photographers coming, people that were starting, people that were doing for a long time, and we would have a small talk before you go on the street. We would give them an exercise because I think I like working with structure, and we would all go out to the street to make work. And I like to think that this helped some of those people and also helped us. After that, I had more experience in talking to public or talking to other peers. So my point is, when you have friends that have the same passion as you can talk about it. And I think that's really important. I think talking to people, it's one of the most important things when you're creating something. You need to have friends that are thinking the same things as you. You need to have friends that have the same problems as you, because sometimes you feel like you're alone and you're the only one that have this problem. But I'm sure there is someone out there that they will be thinking the same thing, and they will be, or sometimes they'll be wanting to do the same project, or I don't know, they will help you somehow. I always had people that help me. I'm gonna give you another example today. So I'm starting my freelancer career this year, full on photographer, videographer, and it's something very scary. It is very hard to do that. you know, I'm freaking out. I've been busy from the start of the year, but things are slowing down now. So it's just really hard to think or like to know what could be my next step. And I have this other friend that, again, I also met him in one of those meetups. His name is Jite. And today I was like, Jite, can I talk to you? Can we have a call? And he was lovely. And he was like, yeah, call me. I'm free right now. It's bank holiday in Ireland. So I called him, and we were chatting together like for an hour through Google Meet. And he sent me so many links, so many things to help. And we also after this talk, I could understand a little bit which path should I go, or even think if I was doing this correctly. So it was a very important call to me. Sometimes people think those things are really small, but for me, they mean a lot. I think it's one of the most important things is to have good people around you. I think uh, I'm gonna sound like a mom now or a dad, but I feel like you need to have good people around you to be a good person. You need to have good photographers around you to be a better photographer, because those things going to rub off on you. You're gonna be able to discuss, to dissect a photograph with your peers. And if you're alone sometimes, you can create good work. I'm not saying that you can't. A lot of like street photography, a lot of documentary photography, when you're doing it, you are alone, and that's fine. But I think it's like it is really important to have someone where you can sit down and be like, can you look at this photograph? What do you think? And I always did this. I remember like I think I was like 3 4 months photographing, and there is this other man called Peter. Peter, he photographs for years. For me now, he's one of the best photographers alive in Ireland. I really love his work. His work is impressive, and I was lucky enough to meet Peter on the street. Like, to be very honest, Dublin's full of street photographers, but people are not very active. And when I started in Dublin, I was hungry. I was outside every fucking day. I was on the streets, and Peter was a person that I was seeing all the time. Peter was walking with his Leica up and down all the time. I saw Peter, and then like one day I just stopped him, and I was talking about his camera. Of course, it's fucking Leica. I was talking with him about his camera, and he was super nice. And then I remember, anyway, I feel like sometimes I lose myself in my words. I print a bunch of photographs, and Peter, he went through my photographs and he helped me to look at them and be like, look, this is shite and this is very good. And he explained me why. And I think this is very important. He helped me a lot. I don't see him as a mentor because we never had this talk. And I feel like sometimes it's hard to have mentors, but it's easier to have friends. And I think if you can, go out there, make friends, talk with people about work, produce stuff together, make a documentary together, go like shoot something together. Like, don't go every day alone to the streets. I know we need to be on our zone and we need to go outside and like do our thing, but having someone else, I promise you, gonna change how you work. When you see somebody else shooting on the street, you'll pick up some things. You'll be like, why is this guy shooting in that way? Can this help me? Can this not? And everyone do their own craft on their own way. So you can pick stuff from every and each friend of yours, I think you can always learn something from people, no matter who they are, no matter if they're starting, no matter if they're not. Nowadays, like with Instagram, it's so easy to message someone and to connect with people. I know sometimes we feel a little bit like, should I contact this person? Am I like being a dick here or not? But to be honest, most people are nice. Most people are sound. So if you message people, they're going to be nice to you. So find photographers on your area. That's what I'm trying to do now. I just moved to Belfast, and I'm going to try to meet people here now. I was very busy. I didn't have the time for that. To be like, I couldn't really shoot much. Now that things are quieting down a little bit, I'll be able to shoot more. I'm gonna be able to be on the street more, and I'm sure I'm gonna meet more people. I know I said about Instagram, but try to meet people in real life, because I think there is a different connection when you meet someone in person than when you're just messaging them. You connect easier with someone. You became friends with them a little bit easier, I think that's what photography should be about sometimes. I don't really believe in gatekeeping. I don't really believe in growing up solo. I do believe in community. I do believe in getting together and like making friends, because if it's not for that, why you're doing all of that, Fuck am I talking about? Yeah. I sometimes it's hard to make those videos because I don't want to sound like a coach, but I want to talk what I think, and like it's more like a diary. It's very hard for me to be here in front of this camera doing this, but I'm gonna keep doing. I enjoy doing them, but they're really hard to me. Even last week when I was working at Tradfest, just watching people working or talking about work, even talking gear, I know I don't talk much about gear in this channel, but in real life, I'll talk about gear. I feel like I'm always learning. I feel like I'm always catching something new. I think this is something that helps me a lot. And I want to keep doing. I want to keep working with new people. I want to keep meeting amazing people. that's what it's about for me a lot of the time. I want to learn more, you know. I'm hungry to learn more about this craft, and by doing this, I'm also learning in a good way, you know. So I hope this is gonna help you in something. It's really hard to do this whole talk in front of a camera and not sound like a dick. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Take photos every day.